So let's not go live on my timeline. Oh, that would be interesting though. I mean, we could. All right. Your health revolution. All right, share to group. Sweet. So that should work in a second. This meeting is being live streamed. By staying in this meeting, you consent to being live streamed. Oh, wow. So now I don't have to ask you guys because it asks for you. That's great. All right, got it. Where did it go? Okay, awesome. Well, I guess we're live streaming now. If I could just slouch a little more, I could get the light out of my face, but it's okay. So I'm here with Maureen and Ruel, and this is, we had, I don't know how many people we had cleansing, about 10-ish. 10 of us were cleansing, and these both of them graciously said, yes, me, we'll go live with you and just share a little bit about cleansing. And the main reason that I wanted to share with the group about cleansing is because a lot of questions I get about cleansing are like, oh my gosh, I can only eat this one thing, or do I have to eat this thing? Or like, it's like everyone wants to know the rules of cleansing, and I don't really see any rules to cleansing. So it kind of is hard to have conversations about it. So I figured, well, we'll have a conversation about it, and then hopefully that will be enlightening to some of you in the group if you've never cleansed, because, aha, there we go. Cleansing has changed my life. Cleansing has changed my life because every spring and fall, I gift myself a little bit of a break from sugar, meat, whatever it is, alcohol, marijuana, whatever it is for you. But I give myself this break. And in doing that, then I have healthier habits to take care of myself more, and it sticks for a couple months. And then by the time my habits really suck, I'm doing another cleanse. And so it keeps me healthier. But anyways, that's a little bit for me. But yeah, either anything that is on your heart that you want to share, I'd love you to share.
Well, I think that's a really important point about the rules. I think when people overthink it, it dredges up a lot of fear, and hesitancy. And what I do want to say is, because I know I've previously said, I prefer to cleanse one-on-one or whatever, and I really do think it's a a personal thing, of course. But the thing that I loved about this group, and I have to say this is the first group cleanse I've done where, and not to negate the other opportunities, but it was just such a safe space, and it was real. There was nothing that you could do or say or point out that you would be made to feel like some kind of alien, or that you were weird or not part of the group. It was just so supportive. And I do believe that it's so important to keep things real right now, because there is a lot of shifting going on, and spiritually or otherwise, whatever that means for you. But we all do have to live the everyday. And yeah, so I really appreciated that. And just to know that cleansing is not just like everything else. I believe there is no cookie cutter. It's not going to be the same for all of us, and that in some ways a beautiful thing, because you learn from other people no matter what, and they learn from you, and that synergistic sharing really can create momentum for just health, and not maybe feeling so isolated at this time, especially. So I appreciate you, Neve, and I appreciate everyone that was, in this cleanse and just really kept it real and was just, yeah, honest. And, and it really inspired me to just, keep it real, I guess. So, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I love that. Thanks for sharing, because I do remember you at the beginning being like, don't like cleansing with groups. And I'm like, this will be different. And I think that it is due to everyone being vulnerable and honest, or as you said, real, like just being like, yeah, we're all looking forward to that burger and beer at the end. Like, that's fine. It is real. So, yeah, I just,
And loving, compassionate, and that's a huge component, the compassion and the love that you feel from people. You never feel out of place, no matter what. I'm telling you. And I'll be real now, because I definitely used to be super guarded, super, lurker, that kind of thing. So I invite everyone in. Come on in, come on in. You won't regret it, really. Yeah.
yeah, I'm really hoping that some of you maybe that are listening to this in the group or later, like, are joining us in the spring, because it's really life changing. Learning a little bit about Ayurveda and starting to cleanse every year is, I don't know how else to say it. Like, I'm so glad that I remember finding out about cleansing around 30, 31. Maybe I was 31 or 2. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest way to be 120 and healthy, because that's my goal. Anyone knows that's part of my goal, is to be 120 and healthy and happy. I feel like that's a really good accomplishment. So that's one of my things. And I was like, oh, if I cleanse every year for 90 years, I'll probably hit that goal. Like, anyway, sorry, side note, but yeah. Ruel, is there anything you'd like to share about cleansing or your experience or anything?
Yes, most definitely. I would say, man, I've been on the outside, kind of looking in terms of the whole idea of cleansing for a number of years, and it's always would pass on any, even like the smallest potential of me doing something cleanse like. Mostly just being stuck in my head, mostly just thinking I have a super busy work and family life. How am I going to have time to cook? I don't even know how to cook. I don't even know like how to put together nutritional meals and make it all happen and this and that. And so when I had the opportunity this fall, there's a lot of things in my life that are just starting to align. And when I saw the opportunity, I was like, this is it. Finally, I'm going to take this. I'm going to step forward and go for it. And I just love the spirit of the group. I really felt the energy and the support from amongst us, just yeah, in all the dimensions. I felt multi-dimensional support and encouragement during this. It's been a wild, crazy, fun ride, mixed with definitely some challenges and struggles that have grown me. And it's amazing in this short window of time how so much has happened. And I often think like how much of this is gonna be more common moving forward. And I think a good bit of it will be. And one thing that helped is there was already things I was practicing, taking baby steps prior to the cleanse. And during the cleanse, I just focused on it more. I made it easier, like tongue scraping. Yeah, I would probably miss some days here and there, but I was able to be even more consistent with it. And I already had, the good habit practice of doing it. And me being conscious of the quantity and the rate of which I eat and various other things that really helped me transition to doing the cleanse. And I just love how it's like Maureen was saying, it's not cookie cutter. You can make it in so many different ways, and I just love the essence of tapping into being aware of yourself, being true to yourself, and making it suitable for your journey wherever you are presently. And that's what really worked for me. And I don't even know. There's actually a long list of so many good things. I don't even know where to start, but something random that I haven't quite shared that I thought was interesting during this cleanse was I would have random bursts of laughter and just be laughing out of nowhere. And I would be in the most awkward of places. I'm just trying to keep it in. I was like, I cannot laugh right now. But for some reason, I just gotta laugh. I just like to feel that energy just bubbling inside of me. And for me, that's not normal. Normally there's like something associated with me laughing, but there was like happened several times. There's nothing funny that came to mind or anything that I did or saw. It's just out of nowhere, bam. So yeah, and I guess I'll share another positive, good thing. Sorry, hope you can hear me. I'm near Oceana Air Base. Planes flying over. Another positive thing that I encountered through all this was just by me. I love how Neve put it. We're not really focused on these funds saying no. What we're doing is expanding our yes. And I experienced so many new experiences with food, drink, um, even in my body as I go about my work week and the days. It just had so much energy, felt sharper, felt lighter. Um, I mean, I really feel a difference in my body, in my hair, my skin. It's amazing. And beauty of it is the one aspect that I find beautiful is that every little bit of me, of us matters. You know, when we're in these spiritual groups, it's easy to be, you know, I guess a little bit more spiritual, uh, other dimensional, you know. Not even like in the seeing in this cleanse, how even the three-dimensional, the things that aren't necessarily like spiritual, but they are, how it all matters, how it's all connected, and how it all works together when you be true to yourself, love yourself, have compassion on yourself, be kind to yourself, how that spills out beyond yourself. And it's not a selfish thing, it's a healthy thing. So thank you, Neve. Thank you for everyone for this journey. Amazing.
Yeah, and thanks so much for bringing that in. Like, the body does matter. The body is the temple of the spirit. And like that was one of the things that I've always struggled with churches is when they serve like donuts. Like, wait a second. Hold on. The body is a temple. Like, let's serve celery and broccoli, maybe some ranch dip or something. Like, I don't know. But it's just to me, it makes sense to honor the body. And like I think it would be great if like churches did cleanses because it's really, really a mind, body, spirit thing. I don't think it can not be spiritual, and I don't think it can not be physical, and I don't think it can not be emotional. Like it's one of the most holistic things I think cleansing. Um, the only other thing that came up that I was wondering if either of you wanted to share on was, like I guess the fear or wondering about what to eat or like the more detailed mundane detailed things about cleansing that people sometimes get stuck on, I guess, or like worried about maybe that you can't have certain things. Or anyway, the way that I do cleanses is you do you, boo. I'll throw that in there. You do you, boo. You do whatever it is that you feel called to. So if that's a vegetarian diet, great. If that's like rice and veggies, great. If it's soups, like so I guess that generally helps. It's about nourishing yourself. It's not about taking stuff away. So I think we pretty much touched on that. I don't know. Is there anything else to add to that?
Yeah, just that it can be really easy to go into scarcity mode and say, oh my God, I'm not gonna be able to have this. It's really about what you're adding. And and I think overall it's just an act of love to add for yourself to create the space to do this seasonally. Because I could get into whole, right, but you could too, bunch of reasons health wise why it's optimal to go into the next season having cleansed from the last. But yeah, when it comes down to it, yeah, it's really just about giving yourself the space and and what you're, you know, what you're adding, and don't think about it as, you know, scarcity. Definitely don't think about it as scarcity. It's a mindset shift. Yeah. So good point.
Yeah, I love you brought that in there. It's a mindset shift around cleansing. And thank you, because when you're like, it's an act of loving yourself. I'm like, man, I've been proving how much I love myself for years now. This is great. Like that brought me so much joy. I was like, oh, yay. Okay, well, yeah. So hopefully this inspires some of you to cleanse. I think another thing, I believe it was Elaine that shared this on our last call, which I kind of want to share, is just how she noticed. I loved this gem. She said she noticed her intuitive awareness increasing so that she could tell what her body wants more easily now versus like what her tongue or her mind might think she wants. Like she can tell what her body, if her body's like, I want sweet potatoes, right? It's because she wants the healthy sweet to balance. So anyway, I just wanted to share that too, because I think that's a cool part about cleansing is your awareness expands. So
Human body's super smart, and it just get right. We just get, you know, there's just that layer where it gets blocked because of all the things that, you know, we might be putting in it that are unhealthy. And yeah, I remember one time making like a quinoa salad or going to eat it for lunch. My son was like, come on, is that really going to satisfy you? And I said, yeah, you know, the more you, eat it, you almost, you know, your body intuitively, will crave it or look forward to it. So that's super true. Yeah.
yeah, love it. Thank you for adding that, because it's true. People are like, that's not satisfying. And it's like, actually, my body, the cool thing about Ayurveda and the body, right, is like you training it to digest the food because you eat at the same times every day, or eating less and being satisfied and having lots of energy. That was the biggest mind boggle for me, I think, was less food equaled more energy and more clarity. I was like, really? So anyways, thank you for being live with me in the group. And then everyone in the group, thanks for listening. And yeah, comment if you have any questions, want to ask us anything. But yeah, I love you guys. That's why we went live. So
Love you guys.
and
Bye.
you guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful weekend.
Great day.
See you Monday.
Bye.
Bye-bye.